We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's gonna attack the basket all night long. So I'm gonna make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Pablo. 2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Utah, downtown Salt Lake City, Utah.
Ready, gentlemen?
The home of the Jazz, Energy Solutions Arena. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than... Booker, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Hood comes in for Burks. And Freak subbed in for Exum.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Lawson in at the one spot. Good. Freak's got his first basket of the night. The Rockets have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Pulls up on the wing. No good. And Houston the other way now. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle.
Great open look there. 12 points for James Harden.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And here's Freak. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Hayward dishes to Booker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to look at some of the players that are contributing in areas you might not expect. The top rebounding shooting guards of the past month. James Harden, number 1.
Well, what he may give away in terms of size to some of the big men down low, no doubt he makes up for it with his agility and determination. That's what allows him to be such an outstanding rebounder.
Well, he's got the effort and the attitude and the tenacity that you need. And if you didn't have that at his size, then the big fellas would eat you up down low.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Lyles checked in for Favors. And it's Joe Ingles in for Gordon Hayward. Pass to Booker. Hood kicks to Freak. Out to the wing. Booker the pass to Freak. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 18 feet out. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Freak's got his second bucket tonight.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Modiunas dishes to Jones. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Beverly. Jones kicks to Modiunas. Feeds to Brewer. Here's Beverly, and the layup's good off the glass.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him.
Got it! Oh, got it! What a shot!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think.
And Rockets head coach Kevin McHale talked about the
His ability to make the right play.
zigging and zagging and juking and jaking to boot, man, with Harden. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. Booker comes in for Lyles. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Freak subbed in for Dante Exum. Houston with a big group substitution here. Howard's checked in for Monty Eunice. Risa comes in for Brewer. James Harden, he's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. So on the floor for Houston, Ariza and Jones at the small and power forward. Lawson out there with Harden. And it's Howard in at center.
Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Grizzlies ended up having a lot of trouble. He ended with 7 points and added a few rebounds as well. He never seemed to find his rhythm and ended with an abysmal shooting percentage. We'll see if he can bounce back here.
Good work as always, Doris. Thank you. Well, we haven't seen too many games, guys, like that out of him before.
And you know what? I'm thinking we'll see a different guy here tonight. Hard to imagine he'd have back-to-back bad games.
Yep, forget about back-to-back bad games on an individual basis. What he really wants to avoid are back-to-back losses.
And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly, but playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
A good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking the rim. That's second in the league and a stat that only trailed James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes. You know, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Here's Booker, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Now a chance, Kevin, to take a look at how the Jazz fared over the last month. 4th in three-point field goal percentage. 7th in fewest turnovers per game. And they're in the top half of the league in challenging those shots. The opponent field goal percentage, the top half of the league. Not bad.
And you look at their three-point shooting, they put defenses in a tough position. You've got to protect the paint and still chase out to 25 feet from the hoop. No easy task.
And Utah making a change here. Hood's checked in. Freak with it. He's got 6. This one for 3. Rebounded by Howard.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Lawson drives in. Ariza has the open look. Rebound, Utah. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And that was one of the few times that you'll see a team just lack fight defensively in losing that game.
Yeah, and I know their fans may not want to hear it, but the reality and the truth is the defensive end of the floor was not what it needed to be in terms of effort.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Harden. Connects on the 17-footer. Harden's got 16 points.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
And that does it for the first half of play.
Dwight, you were a big part of what was in.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
What a performance.
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Rodney Hood's checked in for Alec Burks. And Freak subbed in for Dante Exum. Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. Freak, he's in at point guard. Booker out there with Favors. And it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. And that one's good. Freak. Rockets trail by 5. And Thornton kicks to Jones. Pass to Beverly. A 3 ball. That's good. Beverly's got 7.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. Ingles kicks to Favors. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Jazz lead by 4.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
They get it back. The pass to Hood. There's Freak. Good on the triple. Now it's a 7-point Jazz lead. Thornton up on top. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Beverly wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams. And the final period of play just about to start. And so it's Utah who scraped by with a win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Gordon Hayward. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game. And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure.